comic books to TV shows and all things loved by nerds. We'll share just how we rate them from our favorites to the worst. Poking fun at toxic fandom, so we'll kick this into gear and see what's on the list today. Let's discuss some toxic tears.
Tell me how you're feeling. And we'd go, fantastic, terrific, great, oh yeah, strong juice, baby sucker, I feel wonderful, right on, right on, right on, juice, 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 juice. I feel great. Ooh, wah, wah, let's kick some ass, kick some ass. Who's number one? We are. Who's number two? Who gives a fuck?
Welcome, welcome, welcome to Toxic Tears. We're back.
Yeah.
We're back. James, you missed my Star Wars disco song I made. I'll have to send that to you later.
Yeah.
So, but we are back with episode 16. Cannot believe we're on episode 16. And joining me is James the Jedi.
What's up, everybody?
Hello, welcome back, James. Second episode for Mr. James. We are going to be ranking the best Star Wars playsets, cases, and dress-up items from 1978 to 1985. We do have some Ewok and droid stuff in here as well because they fell within that time frame.
Okay.
James, we do need to do an episode just with Power of the Force because
Yes.
still
Yes.
fell in. It's not the Power of the Force with the steroid Luke, but the Power of the Force, which was the closeout of the original collection. So welcome to Toxic Tears. We are a ranking channel, not a review channel. We rank things from people's favorite fandoms. We call it Toxic Tears because most fandoms are toxic now. Anyway, and we like to feast on the tears that toxic. We do have a disclaimer. Here we go. I should be able to speak Wookiee with this.
I can't.
Yeah. Pause and read that. That's so we don't get copyright struck on YouTube. So we want you to tell us about your favorite Kenner playsets, figure cases, dress up from this time period. We want you to add your input. We want you to give us your comments. Tell us if we missed stuff. The one thing we don't want you to do is
Yeah. Pretty much.
You don't have to be that guy. Show some respect. Just be a person. And love one another. You don't need a reason why. Don't be a dick.
do not be a dick. If you don't know what a dick is, take biology. Now, if you don't know how not to be a dick on social media, you shouldn't be on social media. If you are a dick, we will ban you. We will block you. As Rob Cochran, my other co-host, so eloquently put it, we will Lorraine Bobbitt you. So we will cut you free. So we're going to talk about our tiers. Now, James, normally you don't do this, but I am going to play the tier music like I do for Rob, and then you're going to explain what that tier means. Okay, so let's put our toxic tier descriptions up, and let's start with the first one. Wait till the sound bite ends.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why he's getting me. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
So what is S in our toxic tier ranking, James?
I didn't even hear it.
What is S? What do you consider S? If we rank something S, what do you consider S?
Oh, sorry. The GOAT.
The GOAT. That's right. The GOAT. The best. Legendary. In this case, it's that play set that blew your mind. It has that nostalgic value. It has that playability value. It has everything that encompasses Star Wars. All right. Next up is A.
Good, great, awesome, outstanding, amazing.
So what's an A, James?
Means good, but not great.
Right. So this is playability was there, nostalgia value was there, but it doesn't quite meet the standard of a GOAT. So, and then C.
I mean, it's all right. Like, overrated as fuck, in my opinion. I mean,
So what's a C, James?
Means it's watchable.
Well, yeah. In a normal case, it's watchable, but it's playable. playable,
okay.
but
I
it
don't
wasn't.
know.
Yeah, it was. You played with it, but it wasn't something that was a favorite part of your collection. And then there's F.
It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
So as far as a toy, what would an F be in your mind, James?
So bad. It'll be fun to play with. It might be fun to play with.
Right. It's like a moped, fun to ride on, but you hope nobody sees you.
Right.
It is not. Yeah. It's maybe you played with it once and ended up in the shelf or toy box. And finally,
What the fuck?
what is our Z rating?
Pretty much WTF to what were they thinking?
Right. Exactly. What the hell? We had a couple of those when we did the vehicles that were like, what was that about? All right, so that's our tiers. These are the toy channels that we collected the information from. First and foremost is the Toy Collectors, English in a second, the toycollectorsguide.com. That's where I got the majority of this information. Great website. Anything you need to know about toys, it's on that website. As far as YouTube channels, the Padawan Collector Official, I love him. He's awesome. It could be James' unknown brother. Analog Toys from Australia, awesome. Does again a retrospective, and he, I believe, just rates the toys that he owns his collection. Ed's Retro Geek Out. He does like the forgotten toys, the lost toys, the unreleased toys, collections, really cool stuff. Toy Federation, they actually have a store in South Carolina that I want to go to. They also have, I think it's called RetroCon. But he's fantastic. And a lot of times he'll do episodes where people come into his shop and sell toys. It's not like Pawn Stars because he actually gives them the value of the toys, but it's similar like Pawn Stars. And then World Class Bullshitters, WCBS, which if you're looking for a channel that kind of puts a comedic spin on collecting, that's WCBS. So those are the channels. Please check them out. So Palatoy was the English, I think I'm right, the English version of Kenner. So they put out a lot of the Star Wars toys. In fact, they came out with Action Man. I think it was Action Man. Palatoy made several sets that weren't available in the US, but were available in Europe, sometimes in Canada. So we're going to be adding them to this because a couple of them are amazing. And these usually are incredibly collectible because of limitability. But this is the
Action figures sold separate. With all the features seen in the movie to recreate your favorite scenes. Almost 2 feet in length, it's long enough to hold a squadron of stormtroopers. Look, it's R2-D2 and C-3PO.
I hope nothing bad happened to Master Luke R2. I think we lost them. There they are. Circled them. I've got a bad feeling about this. Oh dear. Do something, R2. Beep, boop. That beep, beep, boop.
The Star Wars Death Star Adventure Set. Action figures sold separately by Kenner.
So that was the Palatoy first Death Star set. And it's more of a display stand than it is an actual play set. I mean, it does have playability on it, but to me, it feels much more like a display, like a diorama.
Yeah.
So I don't know. For me, James, it looks great, but it's made of that cardboard, which you know is going to get eaten up pretty quick.
Yeah.
It's not going to hold up in travel. And you did get the cardboard display when you bought the original 12 figures, and there was also a stand that you could buy that had do you remember it had the bottom plates that moved so you could make your figures kind of move back and forth?
I think so, yeah.
So for me, I wouldn't give it a Z because in the beginning, Star Wars didn't have a lot of merch, but I think it's an F. What's your thoughts, James?
I'd probably give it a C.
All right. So James says a C. I'm going to go with James. If it's a higher ranking, we'll go with James on that. So that's a C. All right. So, okay. So next up is the Palatoy Death Star. This was what competed with the actual Kenner Death Star in America.
The year is 1978, and Palatroy bring you Star Wars. Here on Death Star, Ben Kenobi combats the awesome power of Darth Vader, while Han and Leia battle for their lives in the trash compactor. Luke evades the stormtroopers with R2, D2, and C-3PO, but can he escape in the X-Wing fighter? Only you will know. Only you can create your own Star Wars. Death Star, vehicles, figures, all sold separately. May the Force be with you.
So, James, unlike the Kenner version, this was actually round.
Okay.
And the figures, it was made of a heavy duty cardboard. They had the trash compactor. They had all kinds of. They had a little tube that you could slip that these figures go down. And it came with these pegs that you could actually, and these stands that you could stand the figures up, that was cool. But it really didn't have much more than that. It's highly collectible because a lot of them didn't survive because of the material used, but also it was very limited. It's a cool play set. Nostalgia-wise, I think it's way up there, but I think playability-wise, it looks fun, but I don't think it would last long.
No.
So I have a struggle with this because it is so iconic, but if we add the playability, I don't know where it goes. What's your thoughts?
I'm still giving it a C. I'm not fond of these cardboard sets.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think the C for playability and iconic, but it's not gonna last. It's not gonna last. So it's not gonna last. All right, so let's jump to the actual Kenner Death Star.
Here's the new Star Wars Death Star space station that you put together. Action figures each sold separately.
Darth Vader's firing a laser cannon. It's been hit. What's that below? Take the elevator. Hurry! Now cross the light bridge. You won't escape me. Jump, Luke. Oh no! The trash compactor. There's a trash monster. The wall's closing. Save!
Kenner's new Star Wars Death Star space station. Action figures each sold separately.
Now that to me is a place that I know people say, well, it's not round and it's a cross section, but you had 4 levels of play. The play, except for, well, the can, I guess you could say kind of from the film, but it had the trash compactor and the green monster. There's a name for it. I can't think of it. That goes inside the trash compactor, and the compactor could come out and you could play with it outside of the set, which was cool. So you weren't locked into it. But to me, this is a superior play set. I think one of the better play sets in the Star Wars collection. What do you think, James?
So even though I do agree that it's superior play-wise, still, I don't know. I'm still not fond of the design, but I'm going to be gracious and give it an A.
Okay. I am gonna on this one outrank you, James. I think it's a GOAT because it's iconic. Playability was huge. It looked good. It was durable. I think it really set the standard for the play set for Star Wars. I would have loved to see a USS Flag style Star Destroyer or size Death Star, but I don't think that the Kenner people thought they could pull it off money-wise, So,
Oh, well.
but all right, let's go back to the Cantina playset.
Nagamo!
It's the Star Wars Creature Cantina that you put together. Action figures each sold separately. You can make them move on revolving discs with the action lever. You can even make them fall.
Gotcha, Hammerhead! Got him. I told you not to follow me, Greedo. You lost money, Han Solo. You're not gonna collect this time. Wow, what a weird place.
Kenner's new Star Wars Creature Cantina. Action figures sold separately.
So, I had this, James. You get to do Han shoots first. It's got a couple of play levers. It's got the bar. It's got a really cool backdrop, but we didn't have much. So a kid being back then, this was awesome because there wasn't much available. Looking at it now, it's kind of weak.
Yeah.
I mean, how much can you play with it? I think I played with it a couple times and it just became a display piece. because I used to have all my figures on a shelf, and when I got
It just pretty much is a display piece. That's pretty
yeah,
much-
I agree. I mean, it's got play features, but it doesn't really have a lot comparatively. What would you rate this one, James?
Gosh, I mean, it looks iconic and all that. So I mean, once again, I'm going to be gracious and give it an A.
You think it's an A or you think it's a C? You think it's an A just because it's a little better than the cardboard pieces?
Yes, I mean, I would have given it a C, but considering that it's not a cardboard piece, that's me being gracious.
I think I
If you want to put it on C, go ahead.
yeah, only because James, it doesn't have a lot of playability. I agree with you that it's better durability wise,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's a really. I don't think kids play. I think they played with it till they got something else.
Yeah.
And like I said, after I got done playing with my toys when I was a kid, I had these shelves that were built into my wall, and I would put all of my toys back. 'Cause I was OCD, exactly the way I had them. I had a specific setup. So there was a Tatooine shelf and eventually a Hoth shelf, and eventually an Ewok Endor shelf, or shelves that played out particular scenes in the movie.
Yeah.
And this ended up mostly staying on the shelf. So, but okay.
Yep.
All right. Next up is the Droid Factory.
I need another leg.
It's Kenner's new Star Wars Droid Factory that you put together to make your own droids. Jawa action figures sold separately.
Hey, I made R2-D2.
You can make your own droids or follow the droid maker blueprints. By switching different tops, arms, and legs, you can make hundreds of droids, up to 5 at a time. The movable crane swings parts where you need them. You can even make droids with wheels.
Gotcha.
The Star Wars Droid Factory, Jawa action figures sold separately. New from Kenner.
Now, the cool thing about this, James, I had this too. They actually made 3 versions using this 3 toys using this platform. The other 2 are very disappointing. We'll talk about those in a second. This was the best of the 3. This was the only way for a long time you could get the 3-legged R2. So that was a cool thing. The droids themselves were cool. I mean, it was like a building set. The crane really didn't do much, but what I like to do with it was when you had your remote control sandcrawler or your sandcrawler playset, which we'll show in a second, you could make this act as the inside of the sandcrawler. So that made it kind of fun. But and it had a lot of playability because you could change the droids out and stuff. You could add, as you got droids, you could add that in there. You could have Luke, Farmer Luke, and Farm Boy Luke, and you didn't have Uncle Owen, but you could have Farm Boy Luke, go and buy the droids from the Jawas. And again, remember, I'm coming at this kid view. So this is from when I was a kid. As an adult, we're not talking about collectability in this episode. We're talking about playability and nostalgia, more so for, if you were a kid back in that time. I like this, James, but what's your thoughts? I kind of gave my spiel.
I don't like it, and I would personally give it an F.
Really, James?
Yes.
Why would you give it an F?
It just doesn't look, for me, if it were me, it doesn't strike me as playable. It strikes me as a boring display. Now, people can fight me for this on this, but I'm just saying, from my point of view, if I was a kid, I probably wouldn't want to play with that, just because it doesn't really have that wow factor, in my opinion.
I can't give it an F. I'll give it a C. I would have given it an A. But
And that's fine. If you
no.
want to-
But we've got other play sets that are better.
All right.
So I think that right now sitting at a C is probably a good place for it. Okay.
All right.
Next up is what I just mentioned, the Jawa, Land of the Jawas playset.
Escape pod landing. Where am I?
It's the new Star Wars Land of the Jawas that you put together. Action figures sold separately. You can move the action lever and make the Jawa capture R2-D2.
R2, are you all right? What are they doing to you?
You can raise the elevator and make R2-D2 disappear into the sandcrawler.
Hang on, R2. I'm right behind you. Me too.
Kenner's new Star Wars Land of the Jawas. Action figures each sold separately.
There were 3 of these, James, 3 different varieties of the way that the format of the set, not 3 different varieties of Jawas.
Right.
I didn't like any of these. This was the one that was the non-Sears. And unfortunately, The only play feature it has, it's got a cave. It's got a place where you can put figures on that like signature rotating platform. You get the escape pod, which is the only way you get the escape pod, which is basically just a container. And then when the droids went up in the elevator, the back of it was cardboard. That's why I mentioned that I use a Droid Factory as kind of like that would be the innards of the sandcrawler. But that was it. So again, for me, this became more of a display piece, and that cardboard rips real easy. So what's your thoughts on this one, James?
I'm actually fond of its design. I mean,
Really? Okay.
I mean, yeah, I know it's cardboard, but personally, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but I would give it an A.
Wow, you would give this an A?
I would. I like it better than the Droid Factory.
Wow.
Now look, maybe
All right, so here's what I'm going to do.
sucker for the Sandcrawler, okay?
No, I know. I am going to give this an A, but I'm going to give the Droid Factory an A because I think the two have to go hand in hand to really get the playability.
All right.
So, but I'll give it the A. And I will say, of that particular format, that is the best play set they had.
Yes.
But yeah, for me, it was more. I would, when I would play with it, I had the Droid Factory behind it, so they'd go up the elevator, and the droids. So again, the two kind of had to go hand in hand. All right. Next up is the first Star Wars case.
From Kenner, it's the Star Wars mini action figure collector's case. Action figures sold separately. The collector's case holds 24 Star Wars action figures, like Stormtrooper, R5-D4, and Snaggletooth. It comes with 2 plastic trays to keep them in, or you can turn the trays over and display all your figures in action poses. You can pack up Star Wars action figures and take them with you.
The Star Wars Mini Action Figure Collector's Case. Action figures each sold separately from Kenner.
So I will tell you, these are my favorite cases. And you're going to say, Ron, you like the Darth Vader and the C-3PO. Those, the hinges tend to break on those very easy, and the latch. I like this because it was the case. And if you could fit 24 figures in this one particularly, and then you could flip the bottoms up and use them as this display stand. So you could put that beautiful artwork behind it and have the stands in front and have your figures in front of that artwork. And it was pretty durable. Again, the plastic exterior of the case tend to wear long before the interior did, which was, I don't know if you remember, like the Batman case and stuff. Remember, James, how quickly they broke the interior?
I never had one.
Well, the later ones that came by, those cases, the interiors to pop and break something fierce. This was a very durable case, but the exterior being made of the plastic did tend to wear out quicker.
Okay.
And again, it was illustrations. They weren't photos. And the illustrations weren't that, they were good, but they weren't like, movie poster good. But I thought it was a good case. So I would give it an A. What's your thoughts, James?
And I mean, I kind of wish I had. I mean, the only kind of cases I ever had were for Hot Wheels, but that's
Similar to that.
Yeah, I know, and it's actually pretty. I love the artwork, I do, and very and I love the whole the shelf hold. What am I trying to say? The case holders that hold the figures, they seem pretty durable. So,
They were, yeah.
So I will probably give this an A.
Yep. All right, very good. So the next one was the dress-up item, which was the first version of the lightsaber.
It's the new Star Wars lightsaber from Kenner. Inflation required, batteries not included. You can pretend you have powers when you switch on Kenner's Star Wars lightsaber.
Ready to feel the Force? Switch on your Star Wars lightsabers, close your eyes and go! I got it! Me too! Yeah! That's the test! The Force is with you!
The Star Wars lightsaber, new from Kenner. Balloons not included.
Dude, when I got this, number one, they only had yellow, which, did anybody have a yellow lightsaber? I know Luke had a yellow lightsaber in the figure, but there was no yellow lightsabers that I remember in the movie, were there? Am I making a mistake? There's blue, green, and red, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they were inflatable, James, and they broke like in a New York second. But when you got it and you turned on that light, and it didn't even glow well or light up well. Basically,
I
a
could
flashlight
tell.
with an inflatable tube. But man, I'm telling you, back in the day, that was a big deal. One of the things I used to do, James, is I used to find really cool sticks, and we used to get spray paint and spray paint the hilt silver, and then spray paint the rest of it the blue or red. But it was a cool toy. But did it last long? No. Maybe play with it once and you were done. I think it's a C only because of the playability and nostalgia. What's your call on that?
I'm sorry, but I mean, I don't like the design of the blade, and I don't like the fact that it's yellow. I mean, as a guy that has always liked to have a blue lightsaber, it would feel unfair to me. So I'm sorry. If I was a kid, I would hate it, and so as an adult, I give it a Z.
All right, I'm not going to give it a Z, but I'm going to give it an F because I will tell you, despite the fact it is an exciting thing to get, it would last you all of one day. And that's if you were lucky.
Yeah.
That's if you were lucky. So,
Yeah.
speaking of display stands, this was the display stand that I was talking about, James.
It's new Luke Skywalker and Chewbacca from Kenner Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back collection, each sold separately. Now you can send for this display arena for $2 and 10 proofs of purchase from any Star Wars action figures. It displays in different ways up to 56 action figures not included. Offer expires May 31st, 1982. Details on specially marked packages at participating stores. New Luke Skywalker, Chewbacca, and other action figures each sold separately from Kenner's Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back collection.
Okay, so this was a mail away. And basically you got these really cool plates, James. And then this is what they look like. You got 4 backings, and then there were a total of 2 plates. And basically one backing would go on each side. So it was a phenomenal display area. And unlike the normal display stand, which is this, remember this? I was talking about this. This was far better than the Death Star one I mentioned. This was a kind of a step above. I never got this. I never got this, so I don't know what it was like, but it seems like a cool idea. I would say a C, James. What would you say?
Probably the same.
Yeah, okay. Any display things, and while we're at it, James, so this display stand, it did come out during the Star Wars. This was the first display stand. It had the 3 levers so you could make basically Darth Vader fight Luke. I think when you did the whole thing, all 4 moved. So you could make them all move at the same time. I really like this stand. And then you could put the original 12 on here. And that's why you really used it, because the cardboard stand that came with the original 12 wasn't going to last long. So this was a much more durable, but I think it's a C. What do you think? Oops, sorry.
Probably the same thing.
Yeah. So we got a lot of C's in the display stands.
Yeah.
The second mail-in was this.
Yoda, AT-AT Driver, 41 action figures from Kenner Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back collection, each sold separately. You can send for this new action figure survival kit free with 5 proofs of purchase from any Empire Strikes Back action figures. 12 accessories like Hulk backpack that fits on action figures sold separately.
Details on specially marked packs at participating stores. Offer expires December 31st, 1981. AT-AT Driver and other action figures each sold separately from Kenner's The Empire Strikes Back.
So this is a mail away, and it was the only way to get the gas masks from that were in the scene of Empire when they're in the cave that actually ends up being the giant worm.
Yeah.
There were some cool backup guns. There was a grappling hook. I actually mailed away and got 2 of these. This was cool. Now you say, Ron, it's not technically a play set.
Yeah.
But there's no accessory. It's the only accessory set that was available. So I put it with the play sets because it was the only accessory set available. So I personally think this is a GOAT. But what do you think, James?
Oh, wow.
Well, because it's accessories you couldn't get there's some of the accessories you couldn't get anywhere else. They weren't only available through this set,
Oh, okay. I mean, I wouldn't say that I was the biggest, fanatic on collecting all the attachments and stuff. And plus, I don't know, it would just if I had access to all these fancy cases, if my parents had bought me that, I don't know, it wouldn't be a bit of a problem. But it was always they would always get just litter on the floor for me and just be a nuisance. So I'm sorry, but I would probably give that an F.
The accessory pack?
Yes.
Holy no, that's a goat, dude. I mean,
Hey, that's
normally we're on the same page, but because you could only get those accessories with that, and you could get multiples because they were mail-aways. So I think it was four or five
That's fine.
purchase. Yeah. So, but they're very hard to find now. They're very hard to
Oh,
find.
I'm sure.
Here's James' favorite accessory.
Long ago, in a galaxy far, far away, the Star Wars saga began, and Kenner continues the excitement. Scout Walker, vehicle maintenance energizer, and action figurine sold separately.
Tough battle at it, Commander? Recharge the overdrive unit. Recharging, sir. Check leg for battle damage. Looks bad, but this'll fix it. Lasers at full power, sir. Let's go! Good hunting, sir.
Scout Walker, vehicle maintenance energizer, and action figure each sold separately from Kenner Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back collection.
So when James and I originally did the Star Wars vehicles, we added three of these. There's three of these items into the vehicles. But then as I did my research, they find out they're categorized as playset accessories. So we know what we rated them as vehicles, but I don't, as a playset, how it rank, because we were comparing against vehicles. Now we're comparing against playsets and playset accessories.
I still don't like it.
It's an F. It's a hardcore.
I would call it a Z, but I'm being gracious.
I mean, really, do you really care about an interstellar gas station?
No.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I'm going to give you that
care
one.
about that?
Yeah, I'm going to give you that one. So I want to show a couple dress up before we go any further, because I missed a couple dress ups. So this is the first dress up item. I don't have commercials for these. This was the Han Solo. They just called it the laser blaster. They did three of these. They were all the same. They just changed the packaging. They may have changed the item slightly, but this was the Han Solo blaster. This is before they went orange with them. So I love this thing.
Yeah.
I think it's a GOAT.
Yes, I agree.
I think James,
I would definitely want to have that.
Yeah. And this is something that you probably broke 4 of these in your childhood lifetime.
If I had one.
Yeah, but you had gotten, and they were affordable. They were like, I think they were $10, $7 to $10. So it was not. And they had the laser sound. The biggest problem, I think the biggest expense was the batteries.
Oh, dang.
But all right, along those lines, we have the Stormtrooper laser rifle. They don't call it the Stormtrooper laser rifle, but it is the Stormtrooper laser.
I just call it a blaster.
Yeah. Hold on a second. I want to find. Yeah. That is definitely the Stormtrooper laser blaster, right? That is what that is.
Yes.
Yeah. It's the only time I think they made it in that form.
Oh, really?
So that's the only one they had on top of that. And it made the sounds.
Nice.
Did it make the sounds? I think it did make the sounds.
Well,
either way, it's friggin' badass. I think it's a GOAT.
Yes, I agree.
All right.
So far, these are taking the top spot.
Well, because they're so iconic. Yeah, they're so iconic. So, all right. Oop, really? That was not good.
What?
I'm not really lining these up very well. As far as in their tiers.
I mean, we're going to be moving them anyway.
All right. And then there was one I missed, James, which was the Cantina playset. You want to talk about a disappointment?
Wait, I thought we already did.
No, there was 2.
Oh, okay.
That's the other one.
Oh.
It's a cardboard stand.
Nah.
I believe it was a Sears exclusive. I got this for Christmas, and it was the most disappointing toy I got in the entire Star Wars line. One, it ripped the first time I tried to put it together. You always lost the pegs to put their feet in, and it doesn't even look that great. So I'm going to give it a Z.
Yeah, same here.
There's a couple of Z's from Sears. As you can see. Let's now get into the other 2 playset accessory pieces, which we did judge on the vehicles, but they may get a better rating here. That is the radar laser cannon. I had a bunch of these. I think this is in the playset category. I think it's an A. What do you think, James?
Yeah, same.
Okay. And then along that same line, James, you'll see this one again, was the tripod laser cannon, which I also think is an A.
Yeah, I'll give that one an A too.
And these were great for army building. They were fantastic when you could army build, when figures were somewhat, these were, I think they were $4.99, $3.99, $4.99, so you could buy a bunch.
Not a bad deal.
Yeah, if you had lawnmower money, you could buy a bunch.
Yeah.
That was, without a doubt. So, yeah, that was something you could buy with allowance. All right. Oh, my God. Wait till you see this one, James.
Oh, boy.
Frickin' A. Couldn't even find a commercial on it. This is what they offered. One of the greatest scenes in all of Star Wars history is the carbonite scene, right, James? Would you not agree?
Oh, yeah. That's definitely...
This is what we got. This was the Cloud City playset we got. I'm going to make that larger so you can see this piece of shit. So basically, James, it was cardboard, just like that cantina that I just showed. And you put Solo up here, and he went down in there. And that was it.
What?
Yeah, and this thing ripped if you looked at it wrong. The only reason you got this set is because you got these 4 figures. You got Dengar, Ugnaught, Bespin Han, and Lobot. I think Lobo or whatever.
Lobot.
Yeah. You got that's the only reason you bought this set. Sears, I don't know why Sears just doesn't sell figure sets, but I guess they felt like, oh, you're getting a value because you're getting a play set with it. But it was a stand. It was terrible. So I'm going to give it an F only for one reason, James, and you tell me if you disagree, because eventually you get those figures normally, but to get all 4, and it was a pretty good price, I think it's an F. What do you think?
Oh, it's definitely enough because you're missing a very important thing. You're forgetting carbonite.
Yeah.
On carbonite. Otherwise, what's the point of buying that
it's
set?
Only getting an F because of and I'm going to tell you something. I hate to do this. Damn. But in this set, James, this was where you got Bluetooth Snaggletooth before they replaced it. Bluetooth Disco Boot Snaggletooth. You got a Hammerhead, Walrus Man, and Greedo in this set.
Yeah.
That was another that Sears did. So I think this one's got to move up to an F because you got these figures. And if you got Blue Snaggletooth, that's the only way you got him. Because after that, it was Red Snaggletooth, the real Snaggletooth. So I'm going to bring it up to an F only because you get those figures. And there was no way at that time you get those figures except in those sets.
Yeah.
So even though it's a piece of shit, it gets an F. All right. Now, one of my favorite play sets, even more so than the Death Star.
What a creepy swamp!
It's Kenner's new Dagobah action playset. You have to put it together. Action figures each sold separately.
Yoda, I'm Saddam. Fear not, Luke Skywalker. I'll save you. Now I'll teach you the ways of the Jedi with lightsabers. Now how to levitate. I'm trying, Yoda. I did it!
New Dagobah action playset from Kenner Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back collection. Action figures each sold separately.
When I tell you I wore that shit out, that is the play set I played with the most. I will tell you that the foam for the quicksand, that degraded like it was made of bread. It would degrade. I mean, if it got the least bit hot or cold or wet, you were done. But it had so many cool features. And James, it came with, with the 2 cases that rise.
Yeah.
It came with a round piece that you could take the case off, you put it on, and then you could put R2 on that and have R2 levitate. So it was really cool. And a little tidbit, there's, and also the detail on the actual dome. The amount of detail on this thing where they etched in all the vines and all that is extraordinary. But the guy who made it, there's a lizard on the back side that he kind of built into the mold, and he wrote his little girl's name in the lizard. So if you look real close, it says Emily.
Dang.
That's really cool. But anyway, Yeah, I love this thing. I think it's a go. What's your thoughts, James?
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of odd with some of the weird things that it can have Luke do and stuff like that. I don't. If I was a kid, I probably would skip on the 6. I don't think it looked fun to play, but I will give it an A.
All right, I'm going to give it a go because,
That's fine.
but I am. Your reactions on this one. It's funny how in tune we were with the vehicles. We are so far apart on this one, which is so cool. That's so cool because
I was always more into the vehicles.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I could tell that. All right. This is the next item.
An all-terrain walker. It's invaded hot.
From Kenner Star Wars, the Empire Strikes Back collection, new half ice planet that you put together. You can make the elevator go up or down.
Ha!
New Imperial Stormtrooper, Rebel Soldier, and Han Solo action figures each sold separately.
Get him, Han.
When you push the action lever, Stormtrooper falls.
Now's my chance to sneak in. I'll cover you with the radar laser cannon.
Half Ice Planet from Star Wars, the Empire Strikes Back collection. Action figures each sold separately. News from Kenner.
So this was all the Land of Jawa stuff, except it was an AT-AT, and instead of the pod, you got the laser cannon.
Yeah.
So I kind of misspoke last time. I said the Jawa was better. I did like this one better because you got the radar thing, and you could take the base off, and it still was. I mean, take the backing off, and it still was kind of cool. I thought the AT-AT was dumb as fuck. So I used to take the backing off and just play with it as a base set, and then you would match it up with your Imperial set, you know, or the other two Hall sets we're going to see. You could put all three of them together, and it made a really cool kind of solid play set. But I was not a fan of this one. I mean, I like this one better because of that fact, but I like the Jawa backing better than I like the AT-AT backing. What's your thoughts, James?
I actually am fond of the design and the idea that you can, you know, include those laser cannons and stuff. I would give it an S.
A goat?
Yes.
Okay, I can't do that, but I'll give it.
I like it.
I'll give it an A. But that, yeah, wow, holy cow! You really like? I wonder if you like the third one, the third iteration of this, because there's 3 different iterations.
Oh,
I'm gonna keep it as an A because again, if you put this with your other Hoth play sets, it looked really cool.
Yeah, actually, I mean, the fact that you can add those cannons to the set is actually pretty wicked.
Yeah, let me go ahead. Let's go over all the. Let's go.
All right, let's do it.
So the next one would be the Imperial Attack Base, which I never understood why they called this the Imperial Attack Base.
We gotta knock out the commando.
because
Come on.
It's
From Kenner Star Wars, the Empire Strikes Back collection, new Imperial attack base that you put together.
Stormtroopers behind that gun.
Chewbacca, new Han Solo, and Imperial Stormtrooper action figures each sold separately. You can press the ice levers to pretend the mine explodes.
You okay? Yeah.
And make the bridge fall.
That was close. Commando's in sight. Fire. Nice job.
Imperial attack base from Star Wars, the Empire Strikes Back collection. Action figures each sold separately. New from Kenner.
So this was always a rebel base when I was playing with it because there was no Imperial attack base.
I think it means in general form that the Imperials are attacking the base.
No. Look at the setup. It was meant to be an Imperial attack base.
And
sorry. I don't think any kid in the 80s, Shane Barry, back me up, Jeremy, if you're still in the chat, used this for Imperial soldier. It was always, you made it a rebel, like a rebel point.
It was
and I love it. I love the bridge. The bridge blew up. The main center blew up. You had the gun, the turret. It looked great. It was a really cool play set. What's your thoughts, James, on this one?
I mean, I like it. I mean, it's clearly very durable. I do like the design. I don't know. I'm stuck between. I would probably say an A.
I agree. 100% A. Because like I said, you put this together with, I got two more, I think. You put this together with the other set and you really can have a ball with it.
Yeah, exactly.
So let me show you the next one, James.
Viewing Imperial robot is searching for the rebel base.
It's Kenner's new turret and probot playset. You have to put it together.
Let's check it out, Chewbacca. Heatly covered with a laser cannon.
Action figures each sold separately. You can move Han Solo with the action lever and knock out the probot.
We got him, Chewie! Finally, only know where we are.
New turret and probot playset from Kenner Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back collection.
So you guys can't see what well, you can see here. But I had the commercial up and I turned my head because James is on the screen here. And James looked like I used to look when I watched those commercials when I was growing up. His face was like, that is the coolest thing. This was the only way you got the probot and the only way you got the turret. So again, James, picture in your head the three pay sets all put together and how absolutely badass that was. So what do you give this one? You think it's an A or you think it's a GOAT?
Oh, it's a GOAT.
All right, James, that's my man. We are back on track. Yeah, you can't. And a lot of people actually classify this set as a figure set because the probot is a droid, but
right.
You get the turret, and I don't think it's a figure. There is one on here that could arguably be a figure set, but this one, and of course, you could argue the Cantina set and the Cloud City were figure sets with a diorama. But as far as a straight figure set, there is one toy on this that I think people would say that may be a figure set. Because you might even say the Droid Factory could be a figure set. But dude, I love that set.
Yeah.
I love that set. So this is the final iteration of the Jawa, Land of the Jawa set. They did one more Hoth version. I think it's the weakest. There it is. So you got 3 action figures. This was Sears again. You got the R2 with the scope. You got the Hoth soldier, and you got the Imperial. I think that's not the AT-AT driver, is it? I don't think that's the AT-AT driver. It might be. But what's weird is it was the backing was the inside of the Hoth base. It still had the cave and the figure that pops off, but I was glad I got it because I got the figures, but I just used the base, and I didn't even use the backing when I had it as a kid. The backing got thrown away. So, what's your thoughts on that one?
I'm not too fond of its design, and I am not even fond of the figures either, just in my opinion.
It feels lazy. Like it feels like Sears just wanted to create a perceived value, so they added these shitty iterations of these playsets when they could have just sold the figures and kids would have been happy. I think it's an F2. It goes with the other Sears.
Agreed.
They had a bad track record of having these kind of shitty playsets, but they were the first to get some of those figures to the market before they became. And I mean, you can imagine that set was like $9.99. So you got 3 figures in a playset. I think the Cantina and the Cloud City was $9.99 to $11.99. That was 4 figures in a playset. So as a kid, you were like, throw the playset away. I'll just keep the figures, you know? So we talked about this one before, James, and it is an abomination. But I had mentioned in our Star Wars vehicle segment that I felt like this was more of a playset, and it is actually can be classified as both. And that's the Star Destroyer.
Activate meditation chamber.
From Kenner Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back collection, Darth Vader's Star Destroyer that you put together, batteries not included.
Darth Vader's stronger now. He's got mood.
Luke Skywalker. Action figures each sold separately. You can slide the viewing screen, turn Darth on the command bridge, and make Luke escape through the hidden hatch.
At the laser cannon. We gotta find Luke.
Darth Vader's Star Destroyer from Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back collection. Action figures each sold separately. From Kenner.
You remember this? This was an abomination.
But
I will say, I said it on the vehicle show. It makes more sense as a playset, but it is the worst. I would buy one of those cardboard shitty playsets before I'd buy that.
Yeah, agreed.
I think it's still a Z.
Yes, yeah.
I think it's a Z as a vehicle, and I think it's a Z as a playset.
Yeah.
So, fuck.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I had it too. I
feel bad for you.
I don't think I had it new, James. I think I got it from a flea market, and I think it was missing pieces, but I didn't know until I got older because it was such a shitty playset. That's pretty bad when you don't know that. All right. So that was it for the playsets for Empire.
Now
So let's go. No, we're going to dress up. Figure cases first. Sorry, figure case first. And the first figure case we have.
It's Star Wars, the Empire Strikes Back action figures, each sold separately. Here's the Imperial TIE Fighter pilot, Badass Commander, and Zucca, all new. And this is the Darth Vader collector's case. It holds up to 31. There's room for new C-3PO, Cloud Cowpilot, and R2-D2 with sensor scope. You can collect them, display them, and carry them with you. Darth Vader collector's case. Action figures each sold separately from Kenner Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back collection.
So a couple of pros to this. It held the most, I think it held the most figures.
Yeah.
2, you could label your figures. It came with the labels, which was really cool.
That is pretty cool.
I believe it had a little portion to it that would open and close at a door, and you could put your weapons in there.
Okay.
But I do remember the hinge breaking, the hinge breaking a lot, and the top latch breaking. It's much better than the C-3PO case.
Yeah.
By far, but I mean, I think you give it an A. I don't think you can give it a go. I don't think you can give it a C either, because it's kind of cool. What's your thoughts, James?
I completely disagree, because a friend of mine had something similar to that, and I was fascinated by, how it could hold the figures, and the fact that that one had labels. That is freaking insane. And so the fact that it holds more, that's even better.
So you think it's a GOAT?
Yes, I'm giving it. It's a GOAT to me. I mean, I'm sorry about the.
No,
latch,
I will tell you. I think most people would agree with you, James. So I'm going to give it a GOAT. I think most people would agree. So there were 2 other cases as well. There was the this case, which had the Wampa, and there was this case, which I call the Big Head Yoda case. Again, artwork. Again, it was the same 24 characters. You could take the black trays out, set up them as display stands, and then the artwork behind it. So I think they all fall under the same category. Was the A category. Do you agree, James, or you think they should go higher?
That one that you just moved, that belongs to Nate. But I love the artwork on that first one. I give it a GOAT.
Oh,
I'm fascinated by it.
I think the artwork is better, but I'm going to give it still an A, because we kind of gave all these cases an A. And Darth Vader was some. Why is that doing that? That's weird.
Oh,
hold on a second.
I mean, I think it's a GOAT, but that's fine. We can do that.
So they re-released the Han Solo laser rifle. I mean, laser pistol. I mean, we're not going to put this one on because there's a Star Wars one. It's just basically the same one. I thought it was gray. It's not. It's black. I don't know why it looks gray in that picture.
Yeah, I hate the gray.
But it's still a GOAT. So I mean, we've already got it up, so there's no sense in. But they did.
Yeah,
they did release the Snowtrooper blaster. Now, this one I know was electronic. I don't know if the Stormtrooper one was, but this was what pretty much became the standard, I think, bad guy rifle. But it's beautiful. I think it's
it's GOAT for me. I love it.
So, James, unfortunately,
we ran out of room.
Yep. So I'm going to save this one.
Okay.
Download that one. And then I am going to go back through, and unfortunately, I am going to delete the S's.
That's fine.
They've taken up, and I'm going to delete the A's because they are full.
I mean, we've already, since we've already covered them, we can start a fresh new.
Add our our laser rifle to the GOATs.
That's fine.
All right, so that was it for Empire. So
now we're returning
to Jedi. Yeah. So there wasn't a lot. I think Empire and Star Wars had the lion's share. Yeah. So the first thing and this I think may be the best playset that Star Wars came out with.
It's Ewok Village. I must save my friends. Let's set. I'll get 'em. Dear me, what a close call.
It's C-3PO, New Lowbray, and Ewok Village playset. Action figures, each sold separately. You have to put it together.
I'm Lowbray, the Ewok medicine man. Take me to your leader. Your throne, O Golden King, will celebrate with special stew, a barbecue. No celebration for me until my friends are free. Very well, Your Majesty.
Ewok Village playset from Star Wars Return of the Jedi collection. Action figures sold separately. You from Kenner.
You know what would have made that better is if they had put a contraption like a wiring or something that can allow 3PO to levitate.
Whoa, yeah, that's true.
I'm sorry.
That's true.
And the fact that it doesn't have that, now I'm not too thrilled about it anymore.
Let me give you some facts. So
Okay, go ahead.
I think it had the most playability with the most extra things, whether it was the little place they could hide, the elevator, the rope trap, the throne, the rock thing that you could use to knock your speeder bike guys off. And it had the spit so you could cook people. But the one thing I will tell you, I wish I had a picture of it. I didn't get a picture of it. The Robin Hood figure set took this village and they added the foliage, which made it look like 10 times better. With the They had the green treetops, basically.
Nice.
But this, to me, this was like the Millennium Falcon. When you got the Millennium Falcon, that was the big gift for Star Wars. The AT-AT was for Empire. And then I think this was for Return of the Jedi. I think it's a GOAT.
I'm going to just give it an A because if they had something on there that can make 3PO levitate, then I would totally make that a GOAT.
That's you. You make it levitate.
Hey. We can agree to disagree.
You make him levitate. All right, this is the one, James, that everyone says really it should be considered a figure and not a play set.
I went into the pit slices, crumb. The next prisoner, Gamorrean guard. Gladly, Jabba the Hutt.
C-3PO, New Gamorrean Guard, and Jabba the Hutt playset, each sold separately.
Excuse me, Mr. Hutt. You captured my friend. Free him and keep me instead. That's a sorry tale, but this tale will make you sorrier. Guard, get the road. You always put him in the end, Jabba.
Jabba the Hutt playset and other action figures, each sold separately from Star Wars Return of the Jedi collection. You from Kenner.
So you got Jabba and you got Salacious.
Heck yeah.
You got the frog, the pipe. I don't think there was a frog inside.
Like a hookah or something?
Right. And then when you remove Jabba, there was a dungeon or a little prison under here. And then of course,
that's completely inaccurate.
You had the collar for your dancers, which I don't know if they had any dancers at that time.
They did. No,
I don't think they ever. I didn't think they ever had the figures.
What about for Slave Leia?
That was it. I don't even know was Slave Leia part of the original set? I think she came afterward.
Oh, she came after.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Hold on a second. Hey Google, when did the Slave Leia action figure come out? I should have researched this. 1997, Power of the Force.
Oh man,
it was the Power of the Force. So
that was when that was around when I was.
It was part of the steroid Luke set. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I mean, I still like the set, but had it came with Slave Leia, that would have completed it.
This falls really close in the line between action figure and play set, because it really isn't a play set, but I think it's a GOAT.
Yes, I agree. Yeah. I mean, it's missing Slave Leia, but I will give that a pass.
Yeah, that would have been awesome if you got the exclusive Slave Leia figure.
Yes. Oh, can you imagine?
That would have been a cool idea. All right. Now they did have 2 Jabba's dungeons that were variations of the Droid Factory, both equally disappointing. There is this one, which is just basically you got Sears. You got 3 figures, which you couldn't get anywhere else. The figures were cool. I think again it's an F because you got the figures, but it's a dumbass playset.
I'd give it a C.
Yeah, I agree, James. I agree. I mean, if this was without figures, it would be a Z hands down.
Well, I'm not even fond of the figures myself.
Well, one of those figures you could only get with that set until the Power of the Force line, and this was the second one. Again, 3 figures. Yeah, it again. Sears just like to fuck with kids, but again, you got these 3. You got Klaatu and all that. It's an F because you got the figures, and you got 8D8, which was the torture droid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Once again, I would just walk past it, but if I was a kid, I would walk past it.
yeah, these were toys your aunts got you because they were in Sears and said, "Oh, he loves Star Wars."
Yeah.
All right. Next up is the figure cases, and this was a weird one. The Chewbacca bandolier strap.
Right. That's what he wears.
Yeah,
But
it's cool, but it's weird at the same because you had these two really cool cases that you could put your I call them coffins that you could put your accessories in, but I don't remember anyone having this. I knew it existed. But I don't remember. I don't think as a kid, unless you wanted to get your ass beat, you would wear this. So
I don't like it. It's weird. I would give it an F.
I was
Or
no, I mean I think it's a fair F. I think it's a fair F.
yeah,
I don't think it deserves a Z, but you would, unless you wanted to get your ass kicked, you bring this to school with a strawberry shortcake lunchbox, and you were done.
Yeah,
You were done. This was a weird one too, and it was very controversial because I think people just thought that it was going to be a working toy weapon, but it was just an action figure case. I never had this. It is incredibly hard to find now, especially mint, but I think it's fucking cool.
I like it.
And it held 19 figures.
Oh wow,
I think it's a GOAT.
me too.
So it gets a lot of shit though. I don't know why.
Maybe that's why it's awesome because people.
I don't know why. I think it's freaking sweet.
Yeah.
And then there was again the Return of the Jedi style collector's case. I think this has got the best artwork on it.
Yeah, I like the artwork.
Yeah. Again, it's.
I mean, not better than that last one I mentioned for Empire, but that one's still good. So I'd give it an A.
Yeah, it's going to definitely get the A category because it's again part of the case. And again, you get the cool. It holds 24 figures. You get the cool case, and you can use them as a display stand and put the artwork behind it. So. And then, of course, the big one was the C-3PO. And I remember that the gold flaked off. This is just basically the Darth Vader case. But this one, I think, broke a lot easier than the Darth Vader case because it had that gap in the middle between the hinges. But I still think it gets a GOAT because it's freaking a C-3PO.
I don't know. Case. Comparing it with the Vader one, I would give it an A,
all right. I mean, I agree with that.
Yes.
I agree.
I mean, it's a good case. I like it, but comparing that with Vader, Vader still takes a spot.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's get into the dress up for Return of the Jedi. This is a really cool one. I didn't know they made this. I didn't have this. I wish I had this. The speeder bike laser pistol.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. It's supposed to be all black, but still, I like it.
Yeah. I wish I had this. That's really cool. I'm not wild about the logo being on a gun, but.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I think it's a GOAT.
Yes, agreed.
So,
I mean, they should have kept it all black, but yeah, it still is.
Yeah, I think they were trying to make it stand out beyond the other ones. And then, of course, there was also the laser rifle, which was basically the same Stormtrooper.
Wait, isn't that the same?
Yeah, same as the other one. So we've already ranked it, so it's already a go. And then,
I mean, I saw like the one with the very dark black color, but
they re-released the Han Solo again.
Dang. Well, I mean, we've already made it.
It's already a go. So
So
all right. So from the Droid series, we got our. Believe it or not, I didn't realize this. We got our first cool lightsabers from the Droid series.
Oh my.
Oh, by the way, here's a C-3PO.
They look so golden. Holds up to 40 Star Wars action figures, like you fit in an Emperor's Royal Guard, each sold separately. And besides the new C-3PO collector's case, there's a new Chewbacca bandolier strap, which over your shoulder for play and holds 10 action figures securely, like new Princess Leia Organic and Reese, each sold separately. It even has pouches.
New C-3PO collector's case, Chewbacca bandolier strap, and action figures, each sold separately from Kenner Star Wars Return of the Jedi collection.
You know, now that I see it holds 4 figures, I'm sorry, it's going to a GOAT. I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Right. So that's pretty badass. All right. And then I don't know what this other one is. Oh, I know what that is. Okay. We finally got our lightsabers. So these were the ones, the first time that we got the expandable lightsabers was, I believe, through the droids. And it was green and red. But it looks like they didn't come, it looks like they didn't come out very far.
Oh man, that sucks.
Yeah, so I'm gonna keep the red up, but it looks like it's almost like a dagger. I don't know how far these came out.
Yeah, it looks like it's
So I'm still gonna give it an A because it was really the first, besides that inflatable job.
Yeah, I'll give it an A. I kind of prefer that they'd be a little longer, but oh well.
That's what she said, James. Okay, and now the Ewoks. You only had one playset from the Ewoks. And
Galactic News Flash. We're watching the Ewoks from Return of the Jedi. They're celebrating because kids everywhere love their Ewok family hut.
We can help the track Luke Skywalker. Hurry, Ewoks. Let's take the wagon, Princess Nisa. The Ewoks save the day.
It's a galaxy of fun. The Ewok family hut and other Wicked the Ewok toys, each sold separately. New from Kenner Preschool.
So this was a redesign of the Treetops family hut, and the Ewok show was really designed for younger kids. It wasn't, anybody at that point from Return of the Jedi was not, most of those kids were playing with they were out of playing with toys like I was. Playing with the more advanced toys, but I'm sure there was a second generation coming through being introduced. This would be a cool toy to introduce a kid to action figures.
Yeah, I suppose.
I think it's an A for what it is. I think it's an A.
I don't know.
And you can carry it, and you can carry the figures inside.
Yeah, I personally, I would have given it a C because as a kid, I would not find that enjoyable to play with.
I think for your first Star Wars toy, it would be pretty cool. So
maybe, I don't know.
All right, guys. Well, that's all of them. So we went through. Let me see if I can pull up real quick, James. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull up the first one we did. The S's were the Death Star playset. James didn't agree. The mail-away accessory pack. James didn't agree. We agreed on the Han Solo blaster for all 3 movies.
Yes.
The Star Wars Stormtrooper blaster.
Absolutely.
We disagreed on the Dagobah playset. We definitely agreed on the turret robot. And we agreed on Vader being the collector's case.
Yes.
So with the remaining S's, we have we both agreed on the I don't know if it's really a snow trooper rifle, but the laser rifle, we both agreed is a GOAT. We disagreed on the Ewok playset. James wants the levitating C-3PO feature. We agree on Jabba the Hutt. We both agree on the laser rifle. We both agree on the biker scout, and we eventually both conceded to the C-3PO case being a GOAT. So that's our GOATs. For the A, the Land of the Jawa playset, which is one of 3 of that similar design. I disagree with James on this one, but he gave it an A. The Droid Factory, I thought was an A because they go those 2 sets go hand in hand. James thought it was not something that he would play with. The Star Wars collector's case, the radar laser cannon, the tripod cannon, we both agreed on all 3 of those. The Hoth Ice Planet, again, I would have given it a lower grade, but because I did use it with my other Hoth play sets, but I thought the Jawa was the best of them, but James likes that one. We both agree that the Imperial attack base is an A, although it should be the Rebel attack base. And then we've got the 2 Empire cases. Then we've got the Return of Jedi collector's case, the droid's lightsaber. It looks more like a light dagger. And James disagrees with me, but I think the Ewok family play set or hut would have been a good starter toy for your typical child. All right, for C's, I think we're dead even on these. Yeah. For C's, we said the Death Star Adventure set from Palatoy, definitely a C. It's more of a display stand. The Star Wars Death Star from Palatoy, definitely, let me move these over so people can see it a little better, because we didn't have as many. It's a cool idea, but both of us were concerned about the durability. The Cantina set was a one and done. The display stand, yeah, it's cool, but it's just a display stand that you mailed away for. And of course, the original display stand, again, it's just a display stand. So those are pretty much the same there. For the Fs, the first version of the lightsaber, the inflatable lightsaber, broke in one day. I could personally attest to that. The three Sears exclusives, which was the Cloud City, the Cantina, and the Hoth sets, although the Hoth set looked a lot like the Jawa, Land of the Jawa set, you're basically buying it for the figures. James and I both agree that. And the two dungeon sets were basically offsets of the Droid playset. You were buying them for the figures. The Chewbacca bandolier strap, although a cool concept, is not practical and would most likely get your ass kicked in school. Our two Zs, again, the gas station Energizer, which I think it got a Z on the last one, and then the abomination that is the Death Star Destroyer. So there you go. That is it. That is the rundown. Not bad though, James. I think we did pretty good on the.
Yeah.
So this is all of our channels. We have Beer and Hero Productions on Facebook. That's our main channel. We are on YouTube, Beer and Hero Productions LLC. We are in the TikTok, Beer and Hero Productions. We're on Instagram, Beer and Hero Productions LLC. On X, on BYOHP Official. And we are in Rumble at Beer and Hero Productions if you want to check us out there. This was our last episode of 2025. It's so cool that my good buddy James could be on that.
Yeah.
James is located in Tennessee, so we were hoping he'd be able to come down and do this with me in the studio, but unfortunately he could. But he's coming down Friday. We're actually filming on Saturday.
Yes.
But James, thank you so much for being a part of it. Also, you can now purchase my first novel. It's The Lost Road to Hope. If you like Stephen King, if you like Lovecraft, this is a 10-year labor of love. It was self-published and just recently now got picked up by Crimson Cloak Publishing, a major publishing house. It's available on Amazon, Walmart, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million. But it's a really cool story about folks who are facing terminal diagnosis with cancer, who undergo this massive event, this end of the world style event, and they've got to escape from this event. And while they're doing that, there's not only is the world changing, but they're changing. And I like to say it's an allegory about cancer. It's horror and science fiction, and it was inspired by my mom's battle with cancer. So if you want to check that out, check it out. Again, if you go to your production page, I got all my links and all that. Yeah, so, and we have your It's out. Tubi, Awesome, Amazon, Apple Plus. James is in it. He plays the SWAT guy. He's tired of me killing him in movies. So check that out. And it's, if you like old school slasher films that with smart storytelling, you'll like You're It. So check it out. It's free on Tubi, but you can purchase it on Amazon and all that. Hopefully we'll eventually be on Fandango. Anyway, guys, we want to wish you a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, a Happy New Year, Happy Kwanzaa, Merry Festivus, whatever holiday you celebrate. Enjoy it. Spend time with your family. It's a shame with the fact that everything is on phones and tablets now that I don't know if kids experience what James and I did growing up when we got toys like this. That's a very unique feeling. It's hard to articulate, but it almost embodies. Every time I see these, I get that feeling of when I was a kid and getting these things under the tree or for a birthday or at a flea market or whatever it was. So it's cool to walk down memory lane. James, anything to say before we close this out?
Just, we really hope you enjoyed this, and it was fun just to get to nerd out a little down nostalgia lane. And yeah, if you want to continue, if you want to keep going down and exploring more of your childhood, please check us out.
Yes,
we got a lot more surprises. So I look forward to doing this more.
Yep. So we're going to play you guys out. Have a great rest of your day, and we will see you soon.
TIE fighter on my shelf, it spins. X-wings dancing where the fun begins. Darth Vader's cape is torn and frayed, but in my heart he'll never fade. Stormtroopers stand in crooked rows. Their blasters lost, but no one knows. The Falcon's missing a landing gear. Still, it takes me far from here.
Fantastic dreams in a galaxy far where the force and disco meet the stars. We groove like droids on a hyperspace track. Our vintage toys bring the magic back. Lightsabers hum in the rhythm we feel. This love for Star Wars will always be real. C-3PO's got a golden shine. R2's beeping in perfect time. Chewbacca growls the static hiss. A childhood memory I won't dismiss. Boba Fett's jetpack doesn't fire, but his coolness never will expire. Han Solo is just some cotton fluff, yet somehow it's more than enough.